Hello peoples, and welcome to a compilation video of all of the Scooby Doo writing videos that I have done. This compilation video encapsulates 5 videos, and because the transitions weren't clean, I decided to put in some more Shaggy Rogers moments between each video. Aside from one exception, these are all new and are actually transitions. Again, the one exception because it was already in one video already. It's not a transition point. It's just one exception. Don't worry. If you want, you can just skip ahead to those moments of me acting, or you can stay for all of it of what's going on up here. Enjoy at your leisure, everyone. Okay, video time. Greetings, everyone. You are about to witness the intergalactional whatever the heck this is. Yeah, I didn't really know how to start this video, but as you can see by this drawing that was made by yours truly, and this action figure right here, I'm going to be talking about how I would write Scooby Doo in the series that I wish to be working on. So, yeah, get ready. What I wish to do. Each character in a story usually has an arc to go through. Scooby Doo is not that. While everyone else in Mystery Incorporated will have their own specific arcs, Scooby Doo is not one of them. He will be the flat character archetype. He does not have an arc he goes through. He doesn't really change throughout the story, but he does change the people. Did I say just? What did I say there? He does change the people around him. The flat character arc is usually the archetype of a character that doesn't change but help other people change throughout the story, if that's even proper grammar. Yeah, that's basically what I intend with Scooby Doo. And, yeah, I did not block out these notes that well. So, something to get right with Scooby Doo is that he is a Great Dane. So why not lean into that a little bit? He may be able to talk, but he's still a dog. So, loyalty is one of his greatest attributes in this hypothetical series. He is so loyal to the gang that he'll basically do whatever he can to help them out. Like, yes, he is a coward. Yellow belly. He actually has that on his spine. If you remember that one episode when they're talking about the tar monster, he literally shows that he has a yellow stripe going down his back. But when the chips are down, he will do anything just to save his friends if they are in danger. Like, I haven't gotten to this part of Mystery Incorporated yet, but I do know that he does drive a freaking tank just to get Shaggy out of a sticky that in order to get Shaggy out of a sticky situation. And honestly, that's kind of what I want to be doing here. And honestly, when it comes to the food loving type of deal, again, he's a dog. He's gonna be eating pretty much anything. Yeah, I got nothing much to say to that other than, yeah, he loves food. I mean, who doesn't? But now I want to be talking about his role within the group. And he actually fills quite a bit. Well, most incarnations don't really take into account that, yes, he is a dog, he has a nose. I'm going to be making him the tracker of the group. If something is missing or if someone is missing, he's going to be the one tracking them down. He's a dog. I want to lean into that. And he's like a great tracker at it as well. Come on, it's Mystery Incorporated. He's got to do something other than just being the mascot. Like, he's actually good at solving mysteries on his own. Like, all of them are. But when it comes to a team a team effort, he's really good at it. Everybody's like good at being a team player, including Scooby Doo. But that's not his only uh, purpose within the gang. I'm wanting him to be the emotional support. Like, pretty much the heart of the group, actually. He is not just loyal to them, but he understands everyone in the group pretty well. Like, not the complexities of them, but he understands the simple stuff. He's basically their therapy dog. Like, if Shaggy is having like a panic attack, he'll be there to comfort him. If Velma is working on an equation that she can't solve and it's driving her crazy, Scooby's there. If Daphne is dealing with like whatever she's dealing with, as well as with Fred, he's there for them as well. I haven't quite figured out Fred and Daphne yet. Just stay tuned for that. But yeah, he's always there for them. And honestly, I haven't really thought of where his story could go because, well, flat arc. I mean, come on, he doesn't really change throughout the story. He just changes the lives of others. I just need to figure out whose lives he's changing. I think one of the big ones is Shaggy and Velma. I haven't really thought much about Daphne and Fred. So yeah, I think that's it. If any of you want to ask questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll be doing my best to answer as many of them as possible. If you have questions about where my directive could go, even more about the characterization, because honestly, I am not good at taking notes, like at all. But yeah, this is pretty much how I would handle Scooby Dooby Doo!
Listen, man, they may have forgotten their loyalties, but I assure you, we have not.
No way, no how.
Greetings. You are now witnessing. Yeah, I really gotta start coming up with an intro. Basically, this is just how I would go about Shaggy Rogers in the hypothetical series that I would do. And I don't know if you could tell, but this is supposed to be a frying pan he's holding in the photo. Pencils are better than crayons, but man, I cannot like draw for the life of me. I said in my previous video about Scooby Doo and how I would go about his story is that he is the flat character arc. However, Shaggy Rogers is the arc of bravery.
Right. I gotta be brave. I gotta be brave. I gotta be brave. I gotta be some kind of nut! Gangway!
That can both lead to some very funny moments, but also some very endearing moments with the character. I kind of see him as being very much the coward, aside from Scooby Doo. But unlike Scooby Doo, where he doesn't really change throughout the story, Shaggy does change. Basically, the arc is him like figuring out that bravery isn't the lack of fear, but it's bravery is not letting that fear control you. Uh, yeah, honestly, I think that'd be nice if executed properly. Again, I'm an idea guy. I don't really know how to write this stuff. But going into the other stuff that I have in mind, he has this like stoner hippie aesthetic. So why not make him sort of like the peacekeeper of the group? I think that'd be a fun dynamic to play with. Like everybody's getting into a heated argument, and Shaggy's just the one to try to break it up and like keep the peace between everybody. Also, when it comes to the stoner stuff, I think it would be funnier if they just act like he's a stoner, but he's actually not a stoner, and he doesn't actually know what drugs are. I think like the if you actually make him a stoner, you just ruin the joke. So yeah. Also, he's very also food loving, just like Scooby Doo. But I'm thinking that Shaggy is the master chef, as in like really dang good at making all sorts of food, from chili to pizza to pretty much anything you can think of. He is a master at it. And I'm thinking he's the one who mainly cooks for both himself and the gang as well. Um, when it comes to the detective solving with him, I didn't really know like what I could do aside from like the ventriloquism stuff, like him getting them out of a situation through the ventriloquism act that he could, like he throws his voice on the other end of the room with that stuff. He and Scooby Doo are always the bait, and while I do wish to play that with everybody, uh, they Shaggy and Scooby are the runners, so yeah, they're the main bait pretty much 98% of the time. I'm also thinking that going back to the "Where Are You" era of Shaggy Rogers, where he had a lot of wit and very much smartassery, like I kind of miss that. Like he's like really funny when he's like being witty. And pretty much the only guy in the group with common sense. Like everybody else will be going head first into danger, where Shaggy is actually just like, dudes, let's think about this for a second. I don't want us to die. Like, I don't know. I think executed well, it could lead to some very, very good moments. Yeah, I honestly don't know what else to say. Again, this is just some ideas that I came up with for like what I would want to do with this guy. And yeah, not all of the ideas are fleshed out, as some other characters from both this franchise and other franchises. So, yeah. Tell me, ask me anything in the comments on what I want to be doing this guy, but yeah, this is how I would do Shaggy Rogers.
Listen, there are two ways this could go, Punk. One, you walk away. Or two, I walk on your face.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another character discussion video. And today I'm going to be talking about Velma Dinkley and how I would write her in my own hypothetical series. Took me 3 episodes in to actually come up with an intro for this. So, starting out with the character arc, as I said before, Scooby Doo is the only one who doesn't have a character arc. It's sort of like, this other way I can explain it is like, she starts out very close-minded and very much non-believing in the supernatural, basically like a basically atheist, as I guess you could call it. Um, but over time, when they actually like discover a lot of supernatural stuff, that's what she starts like delving head first into the history of the supernatural, like very much she believes that this stuff after their first encounter, and she is like very much into it. Though for a lot of reasons that you wouldn't probably expect. Um, Personality wise, I would say she's the most book smart of the gang. Like she knows books, she knows history, she knows like a lot of the stuff that you would expect from a book smart character. Um, I would say she's also probably the sassiest of the bunch, like Mystery Incorporated Velma, except not not one to like be a pessimistic. Uh, I'm trying to think of a kind word for jerk, but I mean she's like really funny in that show, but she definitely has this like negative aura around her. I wouldn't be doing that. Like she'd be sassy to people who are already like jerks to her or her friends. I think they would work better. Like she is like I think she's like very sweet with her friends. Like she's like she's not the most socially like she's not like very like she is very socially inept. Like she doesn't really know how to like talk to people. Uh she's also like very introverted as well, preferring to stay with her books as well as like any sort of like mystery that she can like very much get her hands on. Like out of all of them, I would say she is the most enthusiastic about mysteries. Mysteries are her mistress, basically. And I would say that she's definitely like the when it comes to detective work, she like goes full on the research. Like if Scooby is the tracker and Shaggy's the one with the weird trivia, like theater kid stuff, Velma's the one who goes into the actual history of the stuff. Like like a if a monster is called a chimera, but it's actually like a manticore or something, she'd be like the first to point that out. That's just an example, but like you, I think you get my point. Um, yeah, I'd say this is probably the part of the video that is going to cause the most amount of controversy. I do not like the idea of Velma being a lesbian. Like, I don't mind the idea of her being into girls. We'll get to that in a bit. But, like, I hate that they would, like, wreck on her being a lesbian. Because, like, being interested in guys, like, that's been a part of her character for a long time. She flirted with Johnny Bravo. I mean, come on. How are you going to ignore that? So, going back to the, like, skeptic to believer arc, this is part of it. Like, she would be like, she wouldn't really care that she's like bi. But when it comes to finding out the supernatural, that leads to a pretty big rabbit hole, like the afterlife and such. If you don't know, um, being in a relationship with the same sex isn't exactly looked on in a good way in biblical scripture. And I'm just like, why not try something with that? Like maybe she like finds a girl and she is like wanting to be with her, but because of like her fear of the afterlife, what's going to be happening with her, she just can't. I don't know. Like I think with the proper execution, that would be a really, really interesting and uh, heartfelt story. Like I wouldn't say heartwarming. I would never say that. But like it tugs on you. It tugs on you, basically. Yeah, I think that's all I got for this. Any questions about the character writing that I would do, as well as like any other questions you may have, leave them in the comments. And yeah, this is what I would do for Velma Dinkley.
Hey, Velms, uh, remember that therapist that I've been seeing for the past few weeks? Yeah, he's wanting me to bring you into the next session so we could talk. Marcy? Wait, why are you on Velma's phone? Wait, hold up. Like, did I get you two at a bad time? Actually, I don't want to know. Can you just put Velma on the phone, please?
Hello, everyone. It is now time for another character discussion video. And today I'm going to be talking about how I would go about writing Daphne Blake. So, this is a character like I really, really struggled with coming up with ideas. Is that even proper grammar? I don't even know. So, I was like really trying to like think of what I could do when it comes to character arc, and while I haven't really come up with anything concrete, I was thinking something similar to like found family or something. Like, I'm thinking that throughout all like the Blake family, she's the black sheep of the family. Like, all of her family is like stupidly rich, uptight, probably a bit narcissistic. Whereas Daphne is a bit more woman of the people type of thing. She's not narcissistic. She's genuinely a good person. That can like sometimes conflict with her and her folks. And I was also thinking that with that, her family also like generates money through like a bunch of like action stuff, like they profit off of war or something. I don't know, but like she's not really one for the action. Like, she does karate. She's a black belt at like, she's good at that. But like, that's not really where her passion lies. Her passion lies in mystery solving and fashion. That's not really that action packed. Not like, well, war. So yeah, not exactly the most fleshed out arc as of now, but I can like flesh that out later. Like, this is just like a hypothetical thing. Going into like the personality traits, like I'm thinking like she's like, even though like the karate stuff is not really her passion, she is a defender at heart. Like, she is definitely the fighter of Mystery Incorporated. Like, Scooby Doo's like the tracker, the emotional intelligence. Shaggy has like his weird like trivia, pop culture references, and ventriloquism. And Velma is a lot more book smarts and history. Daphne is the one who knows like how outfits are going to be looking good, but she's also the only one who's actually able to kick ass. And I don't know if like I got this idea from like a comment post on another Scooby Doo video, or if I came up with it myself. It's been years, so I don't know if I came up with the idea myself or I got it from someone else. But like, I was thinking like, there's a moment where Fred is talking to a guy and the guy just insults him to his face, but Fred doesn't realize it. And so Fred just keeps talking, and in the background, you just see Daphne grabbing a spear and Velma trying to hold her back. I don't know, I just think that'd be funny. I'm also thinking like maybe she's like the hopeless romantic of the group. Like, if anybody's like interested in any member of the gang, she is just like, okay, I'm gonna give you pointers even if you don't like it. I think that'd be a fun like play on that whole thing. I also think she probably has the most violent tendencies of the group. Like, she may be the black sheep of her family, but a lot of that frustration does come out on occasion. And I was like, with her relationship with Fred, I do want that to be a romantic thing, but I'm not gonna like drag it out. It's not gonna be like one of those shows where you have to wait for the freaking finale for them to end up together. Like, it's gonna be like right in the middle, like, of the show or something when they get together. Like why don't TV writers like ever like have the story like go from there? Like, finally getting together isn't the end of the story. That's just like I said, that's just a beginning. Like, that's a new beginning.
I do like the idea that Shaggy is the one that it gets Daphne to finally open up about her feelings to Fred. I don't know, like that's like a underrated friendship, I feel. Yeah, again, not exactly the most fleshed out. As I said, like this is a character like I really struggled with coming up with ideas for. Like with Shaggy, Scooby, and Velma, it was surprisingly easy for them, but like with Daphne and Fred especially, like it's like really hard to generate ideas. So put your ideas in the comments below. Uh, I kind of want to hear some. I kind of want to hear some of your thoughts. But yeah, as of now, this is how I would go about Daphne Blake.
Oh, come on, Daff, you've been in love with this man for so long now. Why not take that chance? If nothing else, then at least have closure on the subject.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another character discussion video, where in this video I'm going to be talking about how I would go about Fred Jones. Now, Fred Jones was probably the toughest character to think about what to do with. Like heck, even my notes are just like as bare bone as like anything. Like there wasn't really much going on up here when it came to Fred Jones. Ironically enough, nothing really goes on in his head aside from traps. uh, yeah, literally the best version is the one from Mystery Incorporated. So I was trying to go off of a basis from there. When it comes to character arc, that was the toughest. Like when it comes to like his personality, like that was pretty like easy to nail down. So but the freaking character arc, like that was like really tough. Like maybe you guys can like send some ideas on like what to do if like there's a better arc to do. But like probably like what I nailed down was like a love arc, not just like of a love of traps, but like how to like actually love like a real human boy. uh so again, very bare bone. I don't really know how I could like pull that off. Like again, like help me out, people. Like I need help with this. Uh, like going off of the arc first, I like Fred is a himbo, like full on like body of a Greek soldier, and yet it's like there's nothing going on up here. But he's not dumb. I would not make that mistake. He is not dumb. He has autism or ADHD or whatever you want to say, but he's not dumb. I'm thinking he is the himbo leader. Like, I remember the song from like Scooby Doo stage fright. Some of the lyrics like Velma's got it figured, Daphne's hatching a plan, Fred can make us trap with only rope and some sand. Like only rope and some sand. Like that is like he is a genius when it comes to traps and plotting out monsters. Like if I'm thinking like if Daphne is going to be the one to like come up with the plans, Fred is the one who knows how to execute the plan. Like Daphne will like give out the like blueprint. Fred is going to be the one to put everybody in their place. Like, are Shaggy and Scooby the best live bait for this situation, or are we going to need someone else to be the live bait for this occasion? Like, that kind of stuff. I'm also thinking he's the engineer of the group, because, like, he builds traps constantly. How is he not, like, training to be, like, an engineer at Harvard or something? Is it Harvard? I don't know. Like, I've never studied engineering. It does look cool, though. Like, the hands-on approach, not any of the math. Actually, he'd be really good at math, but like sucky at social interactions. When it comes to, going back to the love art, like trying to like figure out his feelings for Daphne. Again, I do not want the love like between them to be like series finale type of relationship. As I said in my Daphne video, having the couple become a couple during the beginning of the story, I think would play out really, really fun. Because, like, getting into a relationship, that's not the end of the story. Like, that's mainly a beginning. Like, that's the start of a new chapter. So, like, going off of that, I would not want it to make it as painful as Mystery Incorporated, but I would want it to have at least a little like, fun to it. Like, they're still, like, skirting around the boundaries or whatever. They're still figuring out each other's quirks. And then they just, like, realize that, dude, why are we having so much problem with this? We were friends before. Why is this, like, so complicated for us? Let's just, like, act like friends even though we're making out on occasion. I don't know. Like, I think, like, if executed well, like, I think it would be both really funny and really heartwarming at the same time. I'd say Fred is also probably the kindest of Mystery Incorporated. Like, if people are going to be calling them, Fred is always the one to pick up the phone. And, like, yeah, like, if Scooby is the emotional core, Fred is, like, he's not, like, emotionally intelligent, but he is around the same level of kindness. Like, again, he's a himbo, human golden retriever, I guess you could say. Again, he's not dumb. None of Mystery Incorporated is dumb. Gonna have to, yeah. Yeah, like, his role in the gang is the leader. Like, he knows how to lead everybody in the most efficient way possible. Like, you have Scooby as the therapy dog, but he's also the tracker. You have Shaggy, who is the fastest runner, and he's able to do a lot of trivia and crazy things that nobody else can do. Velma is the history nerd who knows, like, how to do this, like, the history of the monsters or whatever they're facing. Daphne is the fighter of the group, even though that's not really a passion of hers, but she's also the fashionista, so she's obviously the disguise artist as well. Fred is the engineer who knows how to fix up a trap, and the mystery machine. We cannot forget about his baby. But he's also, like, able to lead people to where they need to be. Yeah, I probably should have put the mystery machine in the notes. But yeah, there's not really much to do that, but, like, just have it be comedic. Like, it doesn't have to be that much of a running gag that it's his baby, but, like, it should be enough to where you could still laugh at it, but it doesn't get old. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Again, feel free to send your ideas in the comments on what you guys would do. Yeah, because, like, I really struggle with this guy, as he struggles with himself. But yeah, this is what I would do for Fred Jones.
Listen, man, we could do this all night, and something tells me you would. Well, we gotta make, like, your personality and split.